Hi, my name's Mark Wall. I'm the President and CEO of Mountain Province Diamonds, which is a diamond producer as well as a diamond exploration company. Before we start, I'd like to bring your attention to the cautionary and forward-looking statement. This is a timely conference for me because I've now been in the role for 3 months. So what's changed in those 3 months? Firstly, we've had a fairly significant change in management, and I'll go into the details of that in a moment. Secondly, we've had the development of a sustainability plan and the appointment of a chief sustainability officer. Again, I'll go into that when I discuss the management team. We've also doubled down on exploration. That is both mine exploration to extend the life of the mine, as well as the exploration on the broader and larger property that surrounds the mine, focused on new discoveries. We've also well progressed a $50 million financing that is a part of the broader refinancing of our $300 million bond situation that will come due at the end of 2022. And lastly, we've made a lot of progress on our new 43-101 that will restate the economics of the Gahcho Kué mine through to the current life of mine. So with that, let's discuss the strategy. We're, as a mining company, the first thing that any mining company needs to do is ensure that the health and safety of those on site is protected and that we're doing all that we can do. And Anglo American, our partner, and De Beers have sophisticated systems in this regard. So health and safety, being good stewards of the environment, optimizing your costs, optimizing your production are 101 of running a mining company, and they are certainly front and center for us. Secondly is the area of sustainable development. As I've said, we're going to double down in this area. We've appointed a very experienced person to lead this, and we're really focused on what we can do around CO2 emissions and the broader sustainable development portfolio. Thirdly, the capital structure, as I've discussed. We have $300 million in bonds coming due December 15. We are well advanced in our thinking and discussions around those bonds. More to follow on that. Fourth, extend the life of mine. We have a tremendous asset here, and Matt's going to go into some detail during the presentation. There's a lot of opportunity to extend this life of mine, and I'm very focused on that. Lastly, we need to find new mines. We've got 107,000 hectares, highly prospective ground that completely surrounds the existing $1 billion of infrastructure. And we've got a very well-developed program for 2022 to look for new mines. So onto the team. As I've already discussed, we've appointed the first Chief Sustainability Officer for the company, April. April's a PhD. He's very experienced in the North, very passionate about the Canadian North. And April is really going to lead our double down on sustainable development and ESG. We've also got Matt, who's on this call. Matt has been elevated to the Chief Technical Officer. Matt's a second-generation miner, and Matt is an important part of the future of this company. And then we've got Steve Thomas, who I've just appointed as the Chief Financial Officer. Steve's a well-experienced TSX CFO. In addition, he also spent 10 years as the CFO of De Beers Canada. So Steve brings a very strong diamond mining financial expertise to the company. And that really rounds out the strength of this great team to execute on the strategy that I've already outlined. Then we should talk about the global scale of Gahcho Kué. For those looking for a pure diamond play in a safe jurisdiction, then you've got Mountain Province. Mountain Province is the 49% partner in the Gahcho Kué operation, a globally significant operation, and as I've stated, with a very significant exploration upside. So to go on to sustainability, As I've said, this is an area that is a strong focus. I've got a lot of background and history in this area. We've already tied executive compensation to ESG performance in 2022. I've seen a lot of environmental management plans. The thing that pleases me a great deal about these is the level to which the communities are engaged in these plans. The community relationship generally is very, very good. We're fortunate again to have a company like De Beers that is very focused on community engagement and sustainable development as our partner. And we will be doubling down on our engagement with the community. It's a great thing, and it's a testament to the operation that 32% of the employees are Indigenous employees. Now, the training programs, the employment programs, the things that are required to achieve that type of result are significant. And that's congratulations to the team. There's also been great work around ensuring that the economic opportunities are shared. So having 33% of the supply chain opportunities towards Indigenous businesses takes a lot of effort. And also effort that's important is ensuring that we're really focused on the North when we look towards how we can optimize our supply chain and where we can effectively spend our money. So other than our focus on CO2 emissions, that is something we're looking at a great deal, and we're working with universities and other institutions on. ESG is an area that you're going to be hearing more from us as a company. So with that, I'll hand over to our Chief Technical Officer, Matt, to finish the presentation.
Thanks, Mark. My name is Matt McPhail. I am the Chief Technical Officer of Mountain Province Diamonds, and I'm going to take you through the rest of the presentation. This slide 8, it's our financial position and capital structure at Q3 2021. We've got 300 million US in bonds, which is equivalent to 375 million Canadian, which are due at the end of 2022. This is a key priority of the company, as Mark alluded to, and we've got a good view on the path forward there towards a solution. We consider it to be relatively low risk debt. About a third of it is held by our 33% shareholder, a committed long-term investor. And two other major bondholders are sophisticated and well-funded investors, with only about 15% of the bonds held by smaller investors. A slide on our operational and financial performance. You can see our EBITDA performance over the last few years, which I believe is a highlight. Quite pleasingly, we can say that in just the first 3 quarters of 2021, we generated adjusted EBITDA of 98.2 million Canadian dollars, more than the full year of 2020 or even 2019. We're only a few months into 2022, but the rough diamond market remains very strong, and we're hopeful that we'll achieve another strong financial result in 2022. Going on to slide 10, this is a life of mine plan kind of summary by zone. We started the mine in the middle of the 5034 ore body. You can see the NEX, the northeast extension. This was discovered after the mine was kind of initially built, and it was essentially free ore, as that ore was captured within the waste stripping of the Tuzo ore body. Altogether, and what you can see on the slide, we have reserves at year-end 2020 of around 30 million tons, grading 1.55 carats per ton for around 46 million carats. We'll be releasing an updated NI 43-101 technical report on Gahcho Kué with an effective date of December 31st, 2021, along with our full year results in late March. This tech report will feature our latest life of mine plans, updated technical information, as well as revised economic forecasts for Gahcho Kué. This next slide is kind of the same view, but from the top. This is a plan view of Gahcho Kué. You can see the 3 main pits, Hearn in the bottom left, 5034 in the middle, and Tuzo in the top right. You can see the process plant off to the right, and just off of the screen, off of the image to the right, is the airstrip. Something else that I believe is evident on this slide is the underground potential at Gahcho Kué. You can see in the image there in the middle bottom is the Hearn ore body, and it's cut off. This is purely because of lack of drill data. We hope to be able to drill some holes there and quantify the vertical extent of Hearn, as well as the other ore bodies on the property, with the view of examining underground potential and thus mine life extension at Gahcho Kué. We couldn't do a presentation without discussing the impact of COVID-19 on our operations and on how we've mitigated the risks moving forward. In early 2021, we had an outbreak declared of COVID-19 on site, which caused us to stand down operations for about 3 weeks. Unfortunately, early 2022 has also yielded the declaration of an outbreak of COVID-19 at Gahcho Kué. But we've greatly matured in our ability to handle this situation, and we continue to operate, and there's been no production stand down thus far in 2022. At this stage, our stringent COVID-19 protocols remain fully in place, and 100% of the workforce is fully vaccinated, with full vaccination being a prerequisite to enter site. Changing gears a little bit to the exploration portfolio. In addition to the 49% ownership of the Gahcho Kué mine, we also have our 100% owned Kennedy North project, which consists of more than 107,000 hectares of exploration claims and leases, as well as the Kelvin and Faraday kimberlites. These claims and leases completely surround the Gahcho Kué mine site. The Kelvin and Faraday kimberlites lie about 9 kilometers to the northeast of the Gahcho Kué joint venture, opening up the possibility of integrating their mining and processing into the life of mine plan, something that is a key focus of the company. This is a great slide that shows our current geological interpretation of the Kelvin and Faraday kimberlites. Kelvin holds an indicated resource of 13.6 million carats, and the Faradays combined hold an inferred resource of 7.35 million carats. As part of the 2022 drill program that Mark was speaking to earlier, about 20% of our budgeted drill meters will be used to drill out the north and south anomaly that you can see in these images. These are on trend with the Faraday 2 and 1-3 kimberlites and have strong signatures similar to the Faradays. We're hoping to be able to share results with the market as we get them, most likely in the March, April, May timeframe. Now moving to a discussion on the broader diamond industry, I wanted to speak to macro factors that are driving this uplift in diamond prices that we're seeing. The majors, producers, Alrosa and De Beers, have been selling more than they produce for years now, leading to inventory drawdowns. And this caused inventory levels to be at multi-year lows. This low inventory, combined with the healthy demand and very subdued to almost no supply growth, is resulting in a confluence of positive factors that are driving prices up in our favor. On the left of the slide there, you can see the Zimnisky Rough Diamond Index, which, as you can see, shows some unprecedented growth over the last year or so, well exceeding price levels seen before the 2020 lows. And this is translating into our own sales results. The blue bars on this slide show our average price per carat achieved in each quarter since sales began. In Q2 and Q3 of 2020, the auction houses in Belgium were closed, meaning we had to get fairly creative on how we sold our diamonds, which resulted in some, I would argue, artificially low prices. We've had one sale so far in 2022 with fantastic results. We're pleased to say that the first sale of 22 yielded our highest average price per carat in the company's history at 137 US per carat, which, adjusted for mix of good products sold, equates to a run of mine price out of about 98 US dollars per carat. So starting to wrap things up, just wanted to reiterate the company's 2022 business plan that Mark alluded to earlier in the presentation. Firstly, as in any business, we're going to continue to strive to optimize the business and drive the bottom line. We also have a renewed drive towards sustainable development, with a focus on reduction in CO2 emissions and environmental stewardship. Big drive in 2022 is the optimization of the capital structure, which we believe is key to unlocking shareholder value. And as part of this value creation for shareholders, we intend to continue to look at ways to extend the life of Gahcho Kué. Many of these ore bodies remain open at depth, leaving the options open for underground or additional pushbacks should the economics merit. We're always striving to maximize the benefit of our investment in infrastructure in Canada's north. And in the same vein, we want to find new mines. We have a huge land package that surrounds a built and permitted process plant, and we're actively exploring in 2022 to leverage that asset. And finally, I wanted to kind of show our investment thesis in one slide. We're a top-tier, long-life asset with a globally significant scale. We're located in a highly favorable mining jurisdiction with a beneficial joint venture agreement that maintains equal partner rights. We maintain an independent sales and marketing rights, a very important feature in the diamond industry. And we're very well positioned to benefit from diamond price upside. We've got an experienced management team. Our CEO, Mark Wall, has 25 years of mining industry experience across the spectrum of executive, operations, commercial, and sustainability roles, all extremely important factors in our business. And last but certainly not least is our extensive exploration portfolio. As I've said a couple of times now, we've got over 107,000 hectares of 100% owned claims and leases that completely surround Gahcho Kué. These are a huge asset that we hope to unlock value in the 2022 exploration year. And with that, I'd like to wrap up the presentation. Thanks for your attention. Please feel free to reach out if you have further questions. Thank you.